Please consider this series of videos as a placeholder or a practice or a dry run. If you like them, let me know. If you hate them, well, keep it to yourself. If they think they could be improved, let me know. I would love to spend time editing each video into a little hour-long snapshot, or even each video into a 20-minute snapshot of what happened. But bear in mind, if I record 10 hours of video, that takes me 10 hours of not writing the game, and then 10 hours of editing, at least 10 hours of editing the video, probably a lot more. So please edit your videos better. Bear in mind, realistically, that's not going to be happening. Unless you are an aspiring video editor and you would like me to record raw video and then you can edit them down. I have had people do that before. They don't last long because everyone's like, yeah, I'll do it. And then they go, this is a lot of work. This is a hell of a lot of work. And it's like, yes, it is. That's why I don't do it. Much as I might like to do it, and I would, it takes a lot of time. I don't have a community manager. I don't have a publisher doing all of these things for me. It's just Muggins here doing everything by himself. Oh. Okay, how many of those have I got? I can make 15 minecarts. I'll tell you what, I'm going to do a scum run and pick up titanium. Rhymes. Is there a storage hopper? No. Why is there nothing there? Why did I put storage hopper? Oh, I've really not got a storage hopper. Well, at least I can make one. That's weird I didn't put it there to start with. And then just to, yeah. Good. Okay, I will upgrade that one, but only because I could actually just do with an awful lot more of that particular one. I guess while we're here, we'll nip down to biomass. Maybe I should upload the videos in the wrong order and then let people work it out as a kind of a challenge. See, when Valve do stuff like that, everyone's like, oh, that's so clever, we're all having to work it out. When I do stuff like that, it's like, you've done your videos wrong, mate. One rule for them and another for me. Oh, I was gonna do my thingy up there, wasn't I? I forgot. What happens? Not that I really need biomass at the surface, particularly. I didn't look how big that vein was. I meant to. Not very big, 150,000. The thing is, you tend to use drill heads on them, so they tend to last a lot longer than they would if they were other types of material T2 mining. Really should have done. Now I'm thinking about this. I should have put conveyor and then hopper. And really, this one should have gone to. Oh, this one should have gone to here. I swear I cannot work out which corner conveyor to use when it's facing towards me. The idea is here that when a lift arrives, it is presented with exactly 200 of each ore because it is a lift with a capacity of 600. So it should be presented with 200 gold, 200 nickel, and 200 titanium. Assuming they filled up in the time it takes, with a little bit of margin of error, but pretty much that. And then there's an extra hopper for me. But yeah, hopefully you can see that. So the lift will grab 200 titanium from the left, 200 nickel from the middle, and 200 gold from the right. So it should take up a nearly balanced amount of ore. Nearly. Doesn't have to be exact. That's not important. It's just, within 10% of each other is fine. Dora having assault? Yeah, Dora's having assault. She's attacking a curtain because I didn't feed her because you'll be all right, Dora. But remember, we're still in British summertime. I know it's raining, but we are still in British summertime. Right, that's 800 ore because I've been pressing that button absent-mindedly. Because inside here, part of the issue is I grab all of the resources off for the alloy. So assuming the alloy is not filled up, which is not very likely for a very long time, I am always going to be out of one of these resources. So it'll either be secondary upgrade modules, of which I have 117, gold foil, of which I've got none. So if I have all the gold foil, that's okay, because now the titanium housing will slow your maths because it cannot craft any of the alloys. The problem is that one of these will always be out. That's just fundamentally how it works. Until the alloy block, I have 100 alloy blocks, but probably at that point I'll probably complete the game at that point. Resin. I keep trying to break the game by doing things whilst I'm teleporting, but it hasn't risen to my bait yet. Oh wow. All the resin at a 1. Yeah, not yet. Biomass first, please. Well, then I may switch across to switch across to plastics, just to get rid of the rest, some of that biomass because I could actually do with another turbine, which requires me to have 36 of these. It's also worth pointing out, and I know I've mentioned this a lot, I am on the easiest difficulty, therefore the refinery is very, very quick, very efficient. Be interesting to see how I'm going to pan out the difficulty settings on Phoenix. I'm quite excited to get back to Phoenix, having looked at this game for a while now. I like the atmospherics, I do. I think I've actually done a good job, and I think Phoenix's could do with being a bit more like this. I think they're just disabled, but oh my god, the draw distance is so bad in this. This looks awful. There's no volumetrics. I've done my best to make fake volumetrics. But yeah, it's interesting going back to Phoenix to evolve, because Phoenix just feels like evolved until you go back and then you're like, in the same way you may have you look at a PlayStation 2 game and you're like, yeah, and then so you look at a new game like a PS4 game and they're going, oh right, yeah, that's what PS2 games look like. Then you go back to a PS2 game and go, oh no, they didn't know. Oh wow. So it's interesting how your mind can do this. Diablo, the Diablo 2 re-release, which I really didn't play enough of, is another good example, because you play it and you're like, this is just what the original looked like. And then you go back and play the original, because it has a button to flip the original graphics, and you're like, oh wow, that is awful. I should go back to that. We never really played it. Might install it. I have been good. I haven't installed the new World of Warcraft. I'm sure I will at some point. Actually, probably I should grab that organic block off for down low. How many plastic pallets do I need? 36. I have 41. Marvellous. Let's switch across to... Really annoying. It doesn't tell me which version. Missing one empty fuel canister. Yeah, but I don't know which one it's using. And I'm pretty sure that's not HSL oxidizer. It's got to be using the biomass one. Cool. Let's head back down here. I've got a lot more frame rate dependent drawing things as well, so the game will try and balance around a high frame rate. But like they're having played a little bit of Astroneer recently for their monthly or their quarterly FOMO. Oh my god, the draw distance in that game is shocking. It's just shockingly poor. Like the moment that that's been their solution to make the game run better for a long time is just don't draw it, to the point where like stuff is popping in 15 or 20 meters away. So you're like, where's the base? And the current FOMO is a kind of a hunting mission, and you're like, you get basically on top of it before it appears. It's really poor. I try so hard. I mean, sometimes I feel I try harder than other devs, and I don't think that's fair. I shouldn't get judged to a higher level than other people, but like, if I wrote my game like Ashley wrote theirs, I feel I should get rightfully shouted at for doing a game that is, you know, visually speaking, you know, technologically speaking, is very half-assed. And that makes me sad, because I do like Astroneer. I like Astroneer a lot. It is one of my favourite games in a lot of ways. It's just that it saddens me that no one on that team works with the tech. Like, just simply their concept is, I'll just turn it off if you get too close. What are you doing? What are you doing? Not in a subtle way, in a, where is this matching machine? Oh, there it is. Right, so we want to feed power. Actually, no, let's just go. I am wondering if a few people will watch this set of videos and go, that's how you play this game? Oh, God. Hey, if it works, it's not stupid. It's not stupid. Awesome. So we're now pumping in our turbine power to this corner of the map, which is a kind of my first beginning attempts of a laser-based defense. Let's go and get us what time is it? I might do one more after this. We'll see how I feel. Because I'm not planning necessarily on coming back. I've already got like, well, 40 odd episodes to upload. I would be kind of sad if I didn't manage to charge the OET. I would, if it's me, I would very much invite you in, but like, this is a new router, and I've never even looked at port forwarding, and of course that's not going to work off the bat, is it? What is limiting me on resin handling? Because to a great degree, all of the things to do the resin handling is they're very cheap and easy requirements. But I'm looking forward to my first Phoenix playthrough, because one of the things on the to-do list for Phoenix is to completely rewrite all of the networking. Because everybody wants me to do Steam networking. myself included. Realistically, that involves a complete rewrite of the entire transport layer. Liquefied 0 blocks. Why? Do they have a smaller range? Liquefied 0 blocks. See these two. None of the ones I've built have liquefied. Oh, 2, 4, 1300. Oh, what's that? Is that soft? Okay. Oh, right. So that managed to blow up a tunnel. You can manage to blow up there. Well, let's grab one of these, because for some reason he's not doing it. But Phoenix is also going to just be this long, grueling, right, let's place this machine now. It doesn't offload to storage hoppers. As me, I was just saying it's a shame that this is a new router, which I haven't set up, so no port forwarding yet. I like playing this game networked. It makes everything so much more fun. It really does. But I don't have any. I don't have that set up. And I was just saying I am not looking forwards to re-implementing all the networking for Phoenix as well, because I do have to re-implement all of the networking for Phoenix because people really, really want Steam networking. I hope this isn't growing still. I'll put a torch, a couple of torches at the very last block to make sure I will notice it. We really want to be going that away. I don't understand how this has managed 13 blocks and these have managed nothing. But I know they take a while to scan, but that's scan size 1, so that's gone up to full size and back again. In fact, that's not scanning. That's not doing anything. That's just like nah. Right, beginning the scan. I guess it just stopped the scan. And what size they go up to? Well, it was bigger than what it actually is, I guess. I guess I need a time. I could probably do it. Yeah, time since thingy last scanned. This is what I mean by bugs, improvements to the game. It's a lot of it is just about playing with a machine, and probably I spend a day per machine. I think I spent about 3 days last week on the new vertical vertical freight lifts, which are cool. But my God, that was a lot of time, and I'm still a long way from what I would be considered happy with it. But things like this is just it's too much information there. Solid fuel containing oxidizer. That's interesting. The word selected recipe is too long. Lots and lots and lots of things wrong with that could do with being tidied up. I've made. We really are not making much headway onto this biomass all through it. Not really doing. Yeah. As I said, I have done the speedrun of this before. I think we achieved an OET charge in 24 hours. We were much more focused than I have been here. Like, we didn't get distracted with... No, I think that was a freight playthrough, actually. Nah, was it? I know we tried to skip missiles and go... No, we tried to skip resin and biomass and just do... solar, and that was a mistake. Like, it is very difficult to get enough solar in the time frame you've got. You can do it, but it was not did not turn out to be an efficient way of doing it. It was fun though. Right, so I put you there. I feel that, oh, I guess I have the freeze-ons. They do help, don't they, with that? Right, gotta do another scum run. Yeah, so I mean, that arrives, offloads 600 in, I'll say in a heartbeat, in a very short period of time, goes up with a roughly equivalent thing. I really wish that those blocks correctly showed what was in it, because they are supposed to. Coal cavern, what you witching about? It's probably complaining that I haven't put any iron in it in, you know, 2 hours. Actually, I'll grab off 100 crystal clocks, because I do want to be making me some more solar panels. And I'll go grab some nickel if I can, iron if I can't. Sorry, steel. Oh, get some more steel. Getting there, getting there. Let's pop those onto cook. Grab those off, and we'll go and turn these into advanced thingy. Again, very much not enough use for steel. I've always found the steel to be a pain. There's nothing wrong with it fundamentally, but it's a pain in the ass to do quite often. And I don't like the smelter model. The advanced machine blocks are okay. I can't remember what I was using them for. Did I have not have them in my inventory? I did. Bright green. Very bright. Why can't I see them? Oh no, the crafter is bright green. Yeah, there we go. I was using them for refinery, turbine, laser borer. Yeah, so again, these rapidly ran out of uses. These have no long-term use, which is a shame. I've still got plenty of heads. Power's all looking good. I say that. I said power's looking good, and immediately I'm like, no, it's that power. What I need to improve the power really is better eyes. Better eyes requires, you know, more threat and stuff. And we've got one. Thought I was filtering off. Oh no, no, I'm going in. Spoiled. There may be some blue eyes doing the rounds. I am disappointed with myself. I like the idea of having it for research, for more critical things, because you've got it anyway. Like, you will have them. At least, I hope you will. I do like that. Can't make the Mark... Oh, I can make the Mark 3s, which require the lenses I don't have. Fine. Yeah, I almost don't do the Mark 3s. I just go straight for the... I always upgrade them to Mark 4s, which is more condensed, but does store twice the power. Now, the only problem with these turrets is they don't have very good range. The Mark 3s are slightly more efficient, I think, or slightly efficient. They're on a par, but they have much better range. As I said before, when doing tower defense, range is the most important factor. Next question, how can I get a pyrothermic generator on this? Because I have, this isn't really hooked up to any sort of proper... Oh. Undo it. No, no, I'm not going to like myself for this. I also want to have a think about the late game ways of crafting things like logistics hoppers, because making copper and tin bars is a pain. But you have to have the ability to craft them before you craft anything else in the game. Oh no, I was going to put it... Can't go up any later. I was going to put it there and then run a PTG underneath, but I can't because there is... that will bleed onto there. Next opportunity for a PTG is way off. And I guess I can just do it there for both. Don't like it, but I don't hate it either. And then... Because there's no way to have 5 PTGs in a row, is there? Oh, there is. But I'm not going to like that either. I could just do that. That will work. I mean, I've got no lack of this infused coal. Like, I am stacked up for, you know, half an hour's worth. So even if this takes a while to fill up, but he's only doing it off one of them anyway. So yeah, that should be fine. And then that should start to fill up the big battery, as well as the fancier solar panels, which I don't have any room for, so let's put them there. Now, as I may have mentioned before, if you don't know, when you are attacked in this game, you get attacked by, you know, from a given direction. That bit you know. They only attack from a different direction when you win that direction. So you can focus and upgrade your defenses in just a single direction, and then when you've beaten that one, then they'll focus another one. But essentially, they're probing your weak points. How long have I got? Half an hour. Yeah, I quite like the idea of just basically ramping up my power generation, because I really want the blue eyes. I don't know why she just said structure complete. What? Well, that's a bug. Oh, is it because I just wandered into range of a machine that was... Must be, I must have just wandered into range of a multi-block machine. It's really not supposed to do that, though. So looking at the way it pops in, it's pretty good. Basically, I'm doing an awful lot of Unity's work when it comes to culling, and I'm doing it all on a thread. One thing I want to do for Phoenix, I want to put all of that onto its own thread and have that thread tick much faster. So currently this ticks 5 times a second for threaded viz, but it's shared with other things. I want a dedicated thread that will tick 30 times a second, you know, fast enough so you are never going to spot it. I've had to do an awful lot of work on this game to make Unity not cry, and Unity does still cry. Hello, Arthur. This is all looking pretty good now. There's almost always one arriving. Are there any in storage? Yes, that means I can start increasing the numbers. I should really ask Steve. I don't think you should really assign carts to either end. You should probably only assign carts to pick up or drop off. The game's not clear on that, really. Oh, I can do a little bit more resin research. I kind of like to do the spider bot research just to shut it up. Other than that, it's mostly ploughing alloyed blocks into defences. As I mentioned earlier, primarily defense in this game is not really about guns, it's more about power. Why are they not animating? No, wait, that's full, is that? Ah, yeah, that is full. So I can't upcharge. Do I have a decent laser? I only want one. One will be fine. Oh, one. Just. Yeah, this is struggling on power now. Why? It's not because you're at coal, but not be. No. See, one more alloyed block. That's it. Are we imminently about to get one? Do I have any bars in my inventory? Ah, there we go. Because that can get me a laser and then I can funnel across from one side to the other. I might need to move the big whatchamacallit, and I get attacked in 36 minutes, which is actually after this stream finishes. So that's good, that's good. Because I lost the attack, the next one also takes longer. I have been, you know, reasonably mean when it comes to the mobs, but I have tried to be fair. Right, so this will push power in a one-way fashion into the oops. I wonder if the block should list the size of the machine you're trying to make on it or something. I keep thinking about that. We do have scope to do much more useful things there, and we kind of aren't. Right, there we go. So that will now pull power out at 1500. I forget because these max out at 1500, whereas this maxes out at 270,000. Bit of a difference. We'll keep the solar panels on top. Put the turrets on the side because it looks cool. They do look cool like that. I want to redo those turrets. They were alright. They were a cheap asset pack, but for the focus that those turrets have in the game, I think they could do with more love. Let's go and get some more resin, I hope. Oh, wow. But yeah, usually what you want to do is push your base very much towards the center of the hive mind, and then agitate it, but only when you've basically got to the I'll say the GUI core, because then when it grows you're grabbing it. You almost definitely want multiple readouts, because it will, that's readout not readout, I'm not like that, readout, because it's almost definitely going to get pushed back and it will just encompass everything and you won't, you'll get stuck there. That's what I'm trying to do, is to push towards the core. Failing a bit. Oh wow, I'm down to lower tiers of lasers now. Oh. Okay, where'd it go? Oh no, I've lost it down. There we go. Oh, I thought I collected it. Oh, I do have one big battery. I don't really want to use it though. Later. I don't know what I did with it. I'm sure it'll just turn in my inventory at some point soon. I always do. Can I possibly make a... Nope. Yes. Great. Right, some bigger batteries here. Oh, what a mess all my power network is. This is why you move towards things like the induction plates. So some things are fine, but when you've got a lot of machines in very, very, very tight succession, here's a bug. See those things scanning in the air? They've got shadows. How annoying is that? The rest of the shadows disappearing is because the game's trying to be clever. There will be a high detail option, so shadows will remain for things behind you. But that's me trying to help Unity along by disabling stuff you can't see. Basically, this dialogue here will very much change. God, it's ugly. That's an ugly, ugly dialogue. But I mean, it doesn't help with an ugly dialogue. But things like anisotropic filter, that goes. Shadow cascades, that goes. A lot of these things are totally pointless on modern computers. You do not need to disable anisotropic filtering unless you're running on an Android box, basically. Yes, video cards are so fast that it will never make a difference, which is good. Happy to be corrected, but show you're working. This really is generating a lot of power. I'll have to see if, before Phoenix comes out, I'll have to see if I can persuade Direwolf to do another playthrough of Evolved, and then Phoenix, not say back to back, but then it's like, oh right, yeah, that's changed, this is better. He'll hate some of the changes, like the no vertical conveyors thing. Although again, I think I'm going to have that as a detail setting, as a difficulty setting. I don't think it should be there by default, but I think that existing FortressCraft players will not want to adapt. In the same way I put a setting in for swapping the mouse buttons around if you're a Minecraft player, because Minecraft put really, I will die on this hill, the buttons are the wrong way around. It's got right mouse button as the primary build button and left mouse button as the dig button, and it's like, well, left mouse is the thing you do. I know what I would do if I put another hopper or two in line there. That should hopefully mean that the biomass floods through this, so I can start tapping off the resin. Not that I think we're doing a lot of resin here, but I just know where to shovel this biomass. But it's failing to find much liquefied resin. So what I'll do is I'll continue to bore towards it. How is that? Not finding this. Waiting for charge. Oh, fair enough. I think I could do some more lasers. Well, it's working. Let's not worry about it too much. So the attack will happen just as the episode finishes. That's fine. That means I'll start the next recording immediately, as I always do. You know how I roll. I'm just very pleased to have been able to, take a week out. It has felt like a week of out, but obviously this is, marketing. This is talking about the game. This is reminding people there's a sequel. All of the work things it actually is. But I really like playing this game, and it's quite fun to be able to play one of my favourite games. And get paid for it. Hopefully I have sold at least one copy by sitting here chatting rubbish about it. At least one. Really not making much in the way of blue eyes, am I? I'm also only 70 down from the running out of... Oh, where are you off to, Mr. Falcor? Oh, wow. What the range on the Falcors then? They're huge. There is a one over there, but I didn't think they'd be servicing it. How many more Falcors could I get on this? Oh, not many. I wonder if that means there's no, the attack hasn't started yet. Good, that's now full. We are beginning to make some sort of vague progression on that. That's now full. That's now ready for an attack, which is good. And that'll be the same thing. So, yeah, it's me. That's the one that I only got 300,000 on. I kind of feel, if I were to keep that achievement in, what that achievement should include is hive mind growth and mining. A lot more things should increment that number. I suspect I'll keep it in more or less as it is, but make sure I increment it better. Because it's a huge number, and I've put thousands of hours into it. I've only managed 400,000 blocks built. 387,000, whatever it is. 378,829. I also have never been killed by the magma boar, and I have never killed myself with a cryo mine, which amuses me that I haven't managed some of the... Two of the death achievements I've not managed. Usually those are the ones I get first. That thing doesn't offend me quite as much as I thought it would. I have a funny feeling I'm about to make it more offensive though. Oh, that's actually... Oh, no, hold on. Oh, yeah, because it's all full. Crafting. There's no way to get this power out nicely. But there is a way to get it out like that. I mean, I'll pop a green laser there from that. That's not actually going to achieve anything, but that will be another pink laser to another battery. Why don't I have more alloy blocks? What is it I am missing? What's the gold? I mean, as I say that, all I can see is gold, so let's just go get a bunch of gold. As I said, I'm scumming it here. The funny thing is, although I'm doing it, it's not actually a lot of ore. I guess if I just nip down to shut biomass up. Didn't I have... Oh, I used up my organic power storage. I have to second what Esmir said. I really like the sound on the organic batteries. I can't remember what sound effects of these I made myself and which ones came off sound effects libraries and which ones were made for me. Honestly don't. A lot of it's just been so long. I know a lot of these were some horror sounds from Kevin MacLeod that I mess around with. I think this one is one of those. The surface music I wrote. Some of the other ones are, I say off-the-shelf bits of music that I glitched. I did work on, but it's been so long I can't remember. So if anybody comes to me saying, hey, you haven't credited me for that music, I'll be like, can you link me the original? Oh god, I'm so sorry. I don't know of anything. I think I've credited everybody where I should have. I don't remember how to get to the credits. It's on the main menu, isn't it? But I would like another power. 21. And I need a lot more resin before I can get this. 71. I'm trying to remember. Again, the important CPH probably needs to come to a bit more before. I think losing should have a bit more of a downside. Right now, mostly what losing gets you is the torches go out. And even with this old engine, that looks cool. Not as cool as the ones in Phoenix. They look very cool. I was going to make another laser and got distracted and made something else. Bum. Titanium. I need all the resources. At least these are now making resin. I mean, these ones are still doing stuff. So I don't understand why... Oh, these are all doing something now. Look at them. Liquefied one block, which is doing right now. No, it's just forgot to turn the scanning off, isn't it? I'd like to improve their scanning abilities. I think they're a bit rubbish. I cannot believe that this one's ablated 3,000 blocks. These achieve nothing. Oh, I picked up more bloody biomass, didn't I? Now, have another 100 biomass. Why not? I also have one high energy composite fuel. That's a mistake. Going to make sure that that doesn't have anything in it it shouldn't. Nope, we're all good. We're making lots of power. I haven't connected this up to that fancy grid, so if that is now backing up the solar power grid. What I try and do is I try and have one big power grid that well, not really a grid, more of a flow. So that resin one flows into this. It's only via blues because I don't have enough pinks, but that flows into here. And then this one wants to flow out up here. That's not doing. I'm going to take you with me. I don't think you're best used there. And then that one wants to flow out here. I'm pretty sure I tested the cryomine one. I'm just amused that I've never got the achievement for it. Got this gold, and yet again, retrospective, I should have made this room bigger. It wasn't a bad size, really. I should have given myself enough room to do a very wide, like here, very wide stamping setup. I should have had a wide gold, pardon me, foil crafter. At least I did do 3 extruders. I can still do that. I'm not going to, but I should have done that faster. I'm not really waiting on it. I'm only waiting on it now because I've just dropped off like 1,000 gold ore. And part of my problem is things are not going quickly enough. Cool. Excuse me. That's the titanium housing's building up, is it? Not really, no. It's been so long since I've played the game without cheating. My Phoenix playthrough that I've done was really not this far. I forgot what a demand this level of resources is. So I had honest to God forgotten quite how much the game cares. Why are we out of power? Quite how much the game cares about you making lots and lots and lots of these items. It really, really, really needs you to make a lot. Why is this? Am I gonna have to just put that in there? Because obviously that is running out of power in there. Thank you. Yeah, so the game really, really, really wants you to make an awful lot of the tier 2 items. And although the game repeatedly hints to me, I just ignored it. And I have paid the price for that, which is a lot of waiting around. So if I were to play the game again, you know, if I were to pretend to be a punter, as I believe they call themselves, then I would have done it I would do it differently the next time. In those way, I would make a lot of my stuff a lot more in parallel. I probably wouldn't bother with freight, and I would have done the freight better if I did. Well, I actually did quite. Now the freight's brilliant. Now it's great, but it's not as good as just a ton of conveyors coming across here. Like we're at 75 a minute on that one, but now we're down to 50 a minute already. I have questions about how that is calculated. I think when an item goes over it, it gets to recalculate it. 75 a minute, there we go. I think it's just the last minute's worth. So, to be fair, that's actually not far off its limit, which is 100. But it would have only taken me 20 minutes tops to have built a conveyor run there. That's the problem with freight. That's what I want to address with Steve, and I want to continue to improve. Freight should be a greater investment of time, but the rewards should be higher. I think the rewards are high enough. I think what it really needs is to be even more idiot-proofed, because I'm staring at this going, this station has nothing to offer. I put the will take from carts because I could never remember. Top requests for this station? Yeah, sure, that's okay. I'd much rather know how many carts are on their way. I'd much rather these things glow when no carts are assigned. I'd like to understand via Steve whether or not carts should be assigned to both the input and the output, or both, or just one and the other. Lots and lots of questions. Don't know the answers. Would like to know the answers. Steve knows the answer. Actually, sometimes he doesn't. That's the thing about a lot of this. Sometimes the answer is, don't know. We'll have to check. It's like if you were to ask me, various balance questions on this. Was it best to do it like this? Is it best to do it like that? I'm like, I don't know. The game is too complicated and too big to necessarily understand those sort of things. Oh, someone has pinged me. What do they want? Oh, that was from some while ago. Let me turn the game down a little bit then, if that's the case. I can't really turn this up much louder, and according to what I'm seeing on the bouncy lights, I'm pretty much peaking. I can't turn it. Oh, at least on that is at least on the YouTube video. This one might be slightly different here. Configure microphone. Output volume gain maximum. If I turn this up, that starts to clip. As ever, this is a solved issue. We know how to make microphones that don't sound awful. We've had voice compression systems for 50 years, and yet I have a slider I can drag that makes my voice distorted. Good job, modern computing. I'm not sure I'm ready for the next attack as such, but I feel a lot more prepared that I might actually get somewhere now. I haven't tried. I'm waiting on resin in order to be able to get more. Finish up my research that I kind of regret starting. Need more power. Well, actually, I have power. Just I can't get it from there to there. Actually, I do need more power because that's not doing its thing. That should be a decent tier. I do have enough for another big battery. Oh. Did I not craft my big battery? I thought I had enough for... Oh, I need 2 more. Yeah, I don't know. Even if it does normalization, you don't have to do fancy compression. Just do normalization. It is a great start. It makes a big difference. I mean, not even Discord does it, which is weird. But Ventrilo, Discord does kind of have a thing because it tries to turn the gain up and down. But you don't need to tell me I'm doing it. It's essentially a voice compressor. If they're a bit quiet and consistently quiet, just keep turning it up, and when they clip, just turn it down. You don't need to talk about it. You don't need to have it as an option. The worst case scenario is you'll get a little bit of what's called breathing, but it's not essentially not a real problem. It doesn't matter. It just means that you're always understandable. If I suddenly shout, it might clip, but yeah, I can't turn this up much more. Just stupid. Hey, why don't you stream more? Because it's a huge pain in the ass just getting everything right. It took me, because I knew I had to be doing this Steam thing. I don't know how much difference it's made, but I was definitely intending to do it. It was several hours to get my volume. You don't want to know, right? I have got my Blue Yeti. I can't get it to work. I've got my old M audio, can't get that to work. What am I using? I'm using